Hello, everyone. Good morning. Rustic, it's very good to see you too. I hope you're doing well. Just getting all of my stuff set up before we get started here because I have a lot to do. Hey, Lorna, welcome in. Good time zone. It's a day. I'm running on 3.5 hours of sleep, y'all. Y'all gonna have to forgive me today. I'm gonna be Space Cadet Panda. I don't have the luxury of being able to go back to bed because I have a mini that is due in 3.5 days. And I'm gonna be probably pulling 15-hour shifts for the next 3 days getting them painted. Hey, Cypher, welcome in. How is Seattle? How was PAX? I hope you're doing well. Enough paper towels for now. So today, first order of business, we have repaired the base. Oh man, look, that is a mood. Is it still going on today? I didn't realize it ran into Monday. Well, I hope it's fun. Sure, I will go take a peek right now because I am just getting rolling, so I got time to look. I will answer that right now. Oh, well, that's good. At least you have a free day where you can go hang out and find stuff. Oh, excuse me. Oh, well, that's cool. Oh, no. I didn't realize Face was there. I know, I know that she is an enforcer at Unplugged. I didn't know she was in Seattle. Oh, she might be. I have no idea. It's been so wild the last few days. Like, here, I don't know if you've seen it yet, Cypher, but this is what I've been working on, is this gigantic mech. I have put so much work into this thing, and like Friday I painted for something like 15 or 16 hours. I was shrimped up in a ball. Thank you. It's huge. I don't know if you've seen all of the pieces for this. This is all the pieces to this mech. There's so many pieces. It's all the pieces. It's nothing but pieces. This mech is 23 pieces if you include the base. I'll snap it together for you to show you kind of what it's looking like. So this piece snaps in the back here. And then there's a bunch of stuff that's magnetized on it. So there's that piece. This piece is dry, so I should be able to pull this off. Y'all, I've been doing so many coats of this metal. I am single-handedly going to keep Turbo Dork in business because of the amount of metallic paints I'm using on this mini. Matter of fact, I got to check in with them because they're coming home from ReaperCon today. Hey, speaking of which, hi, Miss Face. How are you this morning? Here we go again with this thing picking up everything's magnetized and it keeps picking up like the littlest pieces of metal off my desk because I'm having to pin a bunch of these pieces. Y'all, it's so many pieces. And the fact that they're all magnetized amuses me to no end. At some point, when I'm really feeling froggy, I will go in and I will like do all the rest of the magnetizing. So this is the body. So I'm very happy with it. This is the base. Now we're going to be working on this foot today because this is the one that so for anybody who hasn't been around or didn't see it, I had the water poured on this and then there was a bunch of overhang. So I trimmed it off and did the last pour so that it would just be one smooth thing. And then I could paint the rim, which was the worst thing I could have done because there was a couple of air pockets that I didn't realize were there. And once I trimmed it, everything lifted with the next pour. I had to peel all of the water texture off and it took everything that was down with it, including the paint on the foot. So I had to redo all of the base. So now this is all redone. I'm going to do more water pours, but I have to repaint the foot first. So I'm going to repaint the foot and varnish it and then cover everything. Ooh, I should test the varnish before. I might just pour it over the paint. So this is going to be like this. So it's going to look like he's stomping through this little field of flowers and stuff. And then these are his legs that are going to go on here. And then once his legs are on, I'm trying to pull that top piece off. Once all the legs are on and he's on the base, right? We're going to turn this claw up and fill his hand with cherry blossom flowers. Or at least little pink flowers. I have these. So it's going to look like he's just marching through the field picking flowers with all of his machine guns and flamers. Because why not be a little subversive with it? It's 40K. But yeah, I learned how to do this the heat distressed metal. Like if you've ever seen some metal that's ever gotten really, really hot, where it goes from silver to gold to red to purple to blue. I've learned to do that technique and it's my whole personality painting now because now I've learned it and I want to put it on everything. So like we're doing this, this panel is going to be the heat bloomed metal. That's got it on the front over here. This needs just a little bit of touch up, but for the most part, that's okay because it reads really well from a distance. Up close, I mean, you could see the lines, but from far away, which is where you got to photograph it, like it looks real good. And then I did the just regular red metal on this side. I need to get in here to like a lot of these little places and do stuff. I need to do some highlighting, but for the most part, it's coming along really well. My goal is that by tomorrow afternoon, when I'm done streaming, I want to have, or at least by tomorrow evening, have everything done that is not the edge highlighting. Because then Wednesday will be Steven's idea of stream title of edging for the Emperor. And we're going to do all the edge highlighting in the last of the blend highlights all at once. So I would like to have the majority of this done and glued together, or at least everything that needs to get glued together done by the end of the day tomorrow, preferably by the end of stream tomorrow so I can take a nap. Because because I'm beat. I only got 3.5 hours of sleep last night because I was up late working on stuff for Bluerose for tonight, which you can ! Bluerose if you want information. Go follow the GR crew. We start at 8 o'clock Eastern tonight, 7 Central. We're excited. I'm excited. I'm stoked to introduce my character to everybody. I'm just really tired because I've had a lot of stuff that I have needed to do on top of like painting over the last couple of weeks, and then I also have to do Princess's hair today, so long day. And then tomorrow I do a sleep in and then paint. But yeah, I'm loving how this piece looks. I'm glad that I took Thunderhead's advice and outlined this, and he specifically said when I outlined this to do it with something warm. So I mixed a very, very red brown. And it looks like from a distance it reads as a black outline, but it doesn't have that coolness to it. So it really does look like it pops at a distance. Because keep in mind the 3-foot rule. Like, and I mean, even at a distance from the camera, you can kind of see that says nah. Which, when I tell you how hard Thunderhead laughed at me about that last night, he's like, does that say nah? He's like, does that mean you just didn't want to freehand some script or something on there? I was like, dude, I have hand tremors and there wasn't enough space there to just write fuck it. So... By the way, I don't know who was around for the stream. When did I do the bonus stream? Saturday? Because I was painting anyway, so I just turned the fucking camera on. We've decided that because these colors look like dawn, and with the way Dr. Rhino is doing his Iron Maiden's Army of Sisters, inspired like something a little on that subversive side. So we have come up with, this is going to be the Space Marines chapter, and then there's going to be a matching chapter of Sisters. The Sisters are the Sisters of the Shameless March because they don't do walks of shame. And this is going to be some sort of like, you know, vanquished dawn is kind of what I'm leaning to. They're the party kids who stay up all night until like, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock the next morning and then crash out. They do all the nighttime fighting because they're nighttime partiers. So it's going to be something ridiculous like that. And they're going to be my own little chapter of ridiculous. Unless, of course, B wants them, in which case it'll be his little chapter of ridiculous. Because I'm painting Marines for him regardless, so. But I'm really happy with it. We're going to work, like I said, I'm going to work on the foot quite a bit today. Gosh, I was real worried because the last time I looked at this was like 2 days ago. It's been tucked in a corner of my desk. I wanted to let it dry all the way down. I'm real happy with it. I think I need to go down in here with a little bit darker blue. And I need to do like one thin coat of like a silver mixed with just the littlest bit of this gold, like down just to blend it a bit. But even then I might not. I might leave it alone. So, because I need to go into these little holes with a little bit of black anyway. I might just leave it be. But I'm real happy with it. I'm looking forward to getting it all cleared up. I do need to go do the highlights in the metal in here. And I got to go in with just a little bit of silver on the undercoat here just to make it even. But for the most part, I feel really good about this piece. I'm real glad I decided to do the metal over it. Obviously, I got to go in with the blue and touch up, but I knew I was going to need to do that anyway, so. Oh, also, please perceive how good this kneecap came out, though. Look at how good the blend on that thing came out. I gloss varnished it and then just left it alone. I haven't looked. I didn't do any painting yesterday. Yesterday was all getting ready for tonight because if you're one of my patrons, you've met the character already and you know kind of the content that y'all are going to be getting for her. I was working on a lot of the stuff that's going to go to Patreon this week. I also filmed one of my Plan With Me's yesterday and then completely forgot to fucking edit and upload the video. So I have to do that today too, because that's supposed to go up on Monday. So yeah, it's just one of those things. It's a little wild. Hey, Reese. Yeah, it was a big oops. And I realized it. I literally realized it when I crawled into bed this morning. And I say this morning because when I say crawled into bed this morning, I crawled into bed next to Briar at 3:30 a.m. and started fucking around on my phone because I couldn't get my brain to shut off. And he woke up and he's like, "You good?" I'm like, "Nah, but I'm here." And I said, "Fuck, I forgot to do my video." This is Panda's brain on competition. I'm much looking forward to next week. Next week will be much lower key. Next week, we're going to go back to working on Scotty because I still have one more competition this month, and that's the Twin Goddess competition. But the Twin Goddess competition is so much more low key than this. Like, the Twin Goddess competition, if I win it, I get something very cool. I get to have a mini of my choice sculpted, which will be either Tiffany from Monster of the Week, or it'll be my character from the game for tonight. Which, again, I'm not talking about her at all outside of my patrons until after tonight. Tomorrow we can talk about her all day. And we can talk a little bit more about the special stuff that patrons are getting for her. But yeah, I'm hoping to see her finalized art today. I saw draft 1 a couple days ago and it looks really, really, really good. I think final drafts are coming today. There's just a couple of things I need to change, so it shouldn't be like a huge, needs another round. But those are really cool. It's fun because none of us have seen each other's art yet. We're all going to get to see it tonight. I mean, people have seen like kind of a little bit of mine because I did a sketch of what I kind of think she looks like to use with the references. Because, hey, surprise, y'all, I can draw a little bit. I'm not great, but... And I'm better on paper than digitally. Stick that down and hope it doesn't go nowhere. And I need to reiterate to everybody that mud texture is disgusting. It's gross. If you have texture issues, it's gross. Texture paste is not fun, especially in these colors. I was a nanny for a very long time. I have changed enough diapers. This was not that great. Also, please perceive, I have the new Turbo Dork palettes and they're super, super cute. I gotta email them back today and I gotta get social posts out about them. Influencer penance, what have you, though I am under no obligation to do so. I'm going to do it because Turbo Dork is great and they take really, really good care of me and their products are rad. And like I said, this one project is going to single-handedly keep them in business because for this project, I am using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 colors of Turbo Dork on one project. I just want everybody to understand how incredibly obnoxious I'm being with this. This is my usual like little paint stand that I use that I have on my cart. I've taken it off my cart so I can keep everything on my desk, and I'll back this up a little bit so y'all can see. These are the paints that I'm using for this piece. Ma'am! Ripley, that was a lot. Are you okay? I know you had a rough night. Are you good? She had a rough night last night to a point that the neighbors were coming out of their house to check on the dogs. Something got in the tree in our backyard last night in the dark, and Ripley tried to climb up there and get it. And Seeger did not appreciate that she was able to sort of climb the tree to get it, and he could not, so he beat the entire shit out of Ripley. He beat her whole ass that she came running to me for cover. She ran in the house and ran up under my feet and looked at me like, what happened? What'd I do? Am I bad? I'm like, baby, what's wrong? So they're consoling my husband's dog and yelling at my own. She kept like trying to jump up and wrap her arms around my arms. He's Cerulean. I finally went and bought myself some bigger tattoo bottles so I don't have to have that big water bottle on my desk anymore. It takes longer to fill these things up, but this isn't gonna spill, and the other one's getting real grody in the lid. Because it's one of those old style Contigo bottles that has like that silicone seal that you can't remove, but if water accidentally gets up there, it gets funky. So I was using it for paint water rather than drinking water, but now I think it's run its course and that bottle is now garbage. So yeah, big old poor baby. So I had to love on her like all night. He was looking at me like, what? He's like, what'd I do? And I'm like loving on Ripper. And it was, y'all, it was so sad. She kept walking over to where he was laying in so I was in the craft room, which is my old dining room. I was in there working on the stuff for patrons for the Bluerose campaign. And she comes running in and runs up under my feet, and he ran in and jumped in the chair because my old chair and a half that he likes to sit in with me is in there. So he just kind of hangs out there during the day when I'm in the other room. Because that's where I do like all of my recording for YouTube. That's where I do my editing. That's where I do my writing, all of that stuff. This room at this point is just painting and streaming and video games on the computer. So I was over there hanging out. And all of a sudden, like after I calmed her down, she kept walking over to where he was sitting in the chair and like sniffing his toes and then like licked his nose and put her head down like, I'm sorry. She was like really seriously upset. She's like, why are you mad at me? I'm sorry. I looked at him like, you asshole. What did you do to her? She's been nothing but a good bab. What's wrong with you? All right. Let me see if I can get this silver out of here so it doesn't come back to haunt me in a little bit. I don't have my Clorox wipes in here. They're in the other room because I spilled tea all over the floor. I'm a mess. Cypher, if he pops out from under the desk, I'll get him to pop up and say hi. Trying to remember the exact order of operations for these colors. Yeah, I think that's it. Actually, I think this is it. No, it is this one. That's the right color. I'm just trying to remember exactly which paints. I did ended up not using this one, so that one's gonna go over there for now so I don't confuse myself again. Alright, my medium is here. I'm gonna end up needing to order more of this at some point. Y'all, I love this Cuttlefish Colors medium. It's working great. Also, I learned a thing the other day that I've fully been using my wet palettes wrong. I don't keep enough water in them. I thought that you needed to have them be so that the pad was just soaked and there wasn't a lot of loose water. No, you're supposed to have that thing soaking wet. I didn't realize that. So now I'm gonna have to give wet palettes a go again. I'm telling you, man, Dr. Rhino, I have learned so much hanging out in his streams. I really hope this going full-time thing works out for him. I mean, obviously, I hope it works out for me too, but... Alright, where is the brush that I use specifically for mixing paint? It's in here somewhere. Should be. Where's my paint mixing brush? Hello, brushes? Is this it? There it is. Oh, I was over on my desk instead of in my brush cup for whatever reason. Hey, Puddle, welcome in. But I hope everybody's well. I hope everybody at PAX is having fun. I hope folks coming back from Nova and ReaperCon and DragonCon are all doing really well. I'm super looking forward to PAX U. If anybody knows anyone who needs a room, at me. Hop in DMs. All right. I think we're good to go. I also need to grab, I probably need to grab one of my other palettes just for some metallics, because I have to do metallics on the feet too. So I'll just do that with this. All right, Cypher, thank you so much for stopping in. I hope you have a wonderful last day of PAX. I hope you're able to see a bunch of people and get to see all the things that you wanted to see and have been too busy, because I know, you know, working at a con, it can be a lot. I have seen how hard you work at cons firsthand, so I hope you're able to have some fun today. All right. And at some point I will put my headset on, because I'm going to need it, because these are tiny, 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 tiny little bits. The question is, where is my headset? That is the question, huh? My magnifying headset has wandered off. I know it's in here somewhere. It's just one of those, I put it down and moved it because I was working on something else. Because tonight I'm going to be in closet cosplay, but it also required modifying a shirt. So I was doing that last night. I was up sewing really late. In there? No. Is it in this drawer? No, but my Xbox controller is, and that's not where that goes. What the hell did I do with my headset? Oh, there it is. That's why. I had it hooked on my mic arm and it slid off. Like I said, y'all, Panda is in Gremlin Panda mode. There's that. I need super tiny fucking brushes for a bit. And so right now, the big deal for me is going to be, I need to get this foot painted, and I have to paint around all of this mud texture. The reason I have to paint around all the mud texture is because I've been having so many problems with this base specifically. I went ahead and got the mud texture down, and I needed to use the mud to glue everything down, because I can no longer use glue on this piece. So I know y'all were around the other day when I tested the new water texture across the top of a base that had been, you know, I put the dirt texture, the mud texture, glued a bunch of stuff down to both, glued a bunch of stuff down to the bare plastic, just to see what would happen. And I figured out that all this PVA glue reacts really badly with the water texture regardless, so I knew I was going to need to use super glue. Well, while I was on stream the other day, y'all watched me take that super glue and seal everything down. The super glue reacted to the PVA and the mud texture, and all of a sudden, all of these little ripples of PVA and super glue reactivity, like it was a massive chemical reaction that had it looking like coral on the bottom of the seafloor that I had to go in with a pair of tweezers and rip out. So not only could I not seal everything down, so then I tested it on a raw piece of the dirt texture like it is up here. And because there had been water texture over the top of the mud texture already, the super glue had a reaction to that too. So I couldn't use any glue. I had to glue everything down using the mud. So yeah. Hey, Mithrin. So yeah, the hope is that when I do this water texture pour tonight, it fixes itself. If it doesn't, I have to do a whole new base, which will mean 30-ish hours of this project is going to go in the garbage in order to make this able to be turned in, because it does have to be on a base. That's part of the rules. So, you know. So now I have this gigantic ass base in front of me that I'm going to have to sit here and ever so carefully repaint. Only this time I can't do it with a... This time I can't do it with it on a pin in the air by itself. I have to paint it while it's on the base, which means I have to be 100 times more careful because I can't paint the mud texture. Oh no. She's just on the phone, y'all. I heard the tiny human talking. Yeah, I've got it sitting here. I don't mind showing it off. I'm not putting all of the pieces on it though, but if she'd like an idea of the color scheme, this is what we're working on. There are two giant arms that go on either side of this. Plus there's the piece that goes on top. There's little pieces that go down here, and then it sits on a couple of legs that sit on this base. And then there's a bunch of stuff that goes on the back. It's huge. I suppose I could put the magnetic arms on it, but I gotta find the pieces. So it's all magnetized. There's tons of different pieces that I can paint and put on here. But for the most part, it's just... See, this is why I don't do this, because there's magnets everywhere. So it's kind of the idea. It's a lot of fun. It's very cool. It's a lot of work. It's due Thursday night at like, I think just before midnight Central. I might be wrong on that. It might be Eastern, but it doesn't matter anyway, because Thursday night I have D&D at 6:15. So if it's not turned in before I go to D&D, it's not getting turned in. I also am supposed to paint my D&D mini by Thursday night, but that ain't gonna happen. I will just use a dice. I got a couple of D20s I can use in her place for a little bit. Yeah, I'm stoked about Bluerose tonight. I'm really excited about the show. I wanted to be in something long-term with Lonzo for a really long time. For those who aren't aware, Lonzo and I are really close friends. His oldest thinks we're cousins. So we're basically family now. His oldest and my youngest were best friends immediately. As both Cerulean and Ms. Face can attest to, because they were there watching them play in the middle of the lobby of the hotel. It was hilarious. Right up until everyone in the lobby went, "Ugh!" because my kid banged her head into one of the concrete poles and then laughed and kept going. Like legit in front of everybody in the lobby of this damn hotel, my kid pinged her head into a concrete structural pole that was like 5 feet across. She just wasn't paying attention and ran right into it. And we were just like, she dead? Nope, she's laughing. Can she count to 10 still? All right, we're good. I'm listening to my kid's mom scold my kid. Love it. I love that for me. Maybe she'll listen to her. Little one's struggling a little bit this last couple of weeks because just routines have been really weird. The summer was really weird. I'm sure it's a lot because, you know, she's getting to see her mom again for the first time in many years. So, yeah. And then, you know, my sister was in town and she's got her new routine because of her new school thing. I love that without prompting, her mom is telling her the same stuff that I tell her every day. Every day I tell this kid the same exact thing. I love this for me. Love that we're all on the same page. She goes back to school tomorrow. I am so ready for her to be back at school. She's been home for a couple of days and has been salty. She has every ounce of that 9-year-old angst that they get right as they start to hit that preteen phase and they start picking up that 9-10-year-old attitude. Yeah, all kids are different. Some of them get it around 8. Some of them it takes a little longer. The shading is real subtle, but I'm sorry if I pull this a little close to my face. I've got to keep picking it up, so. Luckily, it doesn't need a ton of work. It just needs to be believable at a distance. Oh yeah, no, middle school's the worst. Can 100% confirm on that. I'm gonna move my mic out in front of me so I can twist a little bit so I can keep this into the camera. I'm real happy with how this base is looking, y'all. I'm looking forward to getting the water texture down and done, because then I can start putting the tufts on. I have like tiny little tufts of moss that I'm going to put on the top of some of these rocks that are sticking out of the water. Little thinner brush, I think. That laid on a little thick. I will say, through everything that I've been working on with all this stuff, B has been an actual rock star for me. He's been so helpful the last few days. I mean, he's always really helpful, but he's been super helpful. Making sure Kid is taken care of while I'm painting. Making sure the dogs are fed. He's helped with dinner. Like, just general stuff that I would normally be doing while he's working on print shop stuff or actually taking a break. He's just been like, nah, I got it, nah, I got it, nah, I got it. He's just been so super supportive. He really wants to see me do well on this project. I think that's probably going to be good enough. If I pull this up closer, you'll be able to see the highlights a little better. It's going to get covered in water like this one is, so I think that's probably a really good place to leave it. So I'm going to leave it alone. I didn't expect to do it that fast. So I'm going to take this off of here and set this aside and out of the way so it can just dry and be safe elsewhere. And I am going to find the next piece I got to work on. Probably going to work on this piece since I have the metallics out. I need to go in here and just do a little bit of highlighting, and since I've got the blue out, I got to do a little bit of cleanup too, so I do need to mix some of my black though for touch-ups. But yeah, the new Turbo Dark palettes are great. I'm really happy with them. I'm obviously using one of the older ones too. I have my big one over here. I don't need it just yet. I might need it later. And they're surprisingly easy to seal if you're trying to keep the paint wet. So what I've been doing is with the custom mixed paint that I've had, like this little one, I've taken these larger ones and just set it on top like that. And as long as all of the holes are completely covered, the paint in the bottom wells will still be basically wet the next morning. It's been helpful. Ripper, give me the ball. Can I have your ball? I'll throw it for you, but you gotta give it. Or did you just bring it down here to show me? Can I have the ball? Bring it here. Give it here. No, you just want to chew on the ball? You got your ball. Are you a good girl? Are you a good baby? She's got her ball. which means she went up to the bedroom because the bedroom door must be open because that's where the ball was earlier. She took B the ball yesterday after spending 20 minutes figuring out which toy she was going to bring Daddy, even though he had been asleep. Or I thought he was actually up when I got upstairs, but she literally was like, I got to take Daddy a ball. Because I was like filling up my water bottle and stuff. She grabbed a bone, got halfway up the stairs, realized I wasn't yet ready to come upstairs, brought the bone back down, dropped it, looked at me like, what's going on? Then ran and grabbed another bone as I was getting ready to go upstairs, but I stopped because I had to go potty. And then she got mad at that bone and then ran and found her ball and took that upstairs. Will you stop? Go get Papa. Ripley, go get Papa. I'm not putting you out. Go tell Papa. I love that she brings him toys. It's the cutest thing. I need to move this bottle or I'm going to grab this and accidentally pour it in something it's not supposed to be in. But yeah, just hanging out today, getting as much painting done today as possible. I also have to do my kids' hair, and I have to finish everything for tonight. Or mostly everything for tonight. If whatever I don't finish tonight, I'm going to probably put that post up for patrons on Friday anyway, so I can always redo some stuff for Thursday, or on Thursday as long as I'm done painting, or can do it like Friday afternoon and post everything. So yeah, now it's just going to be starting to get in here and finalize these metallics and get the touch-ups done. What I'm going to do is I'm saving the blue, overall blue, for last. So I ended up mixing more of this than I was going to need. Because what I'm going to do is when I go to do all of the blue shading and all of the edge highlighting, I'm going to get out my wet palette, and those are the only colors that are going to be on it. And I'm just going to work from that, and I'm going to do the whole piece at once so I can get the shadows correct. Because I want to make sure all of that is spot on. Ripper, that's enough. Go to bed or something. She just came and harumph collapsed under my chair like it's the end of her whole world, y'all. We do have an ad starting in 2 or 3 minutes. I am probably not going to take my break. I'm just going to keep painting. If anything is said that seems super important, y'all remind me to repeat it after the ads run. Ripley, shush. Shush. No one cares about your problems. Except for you. So we've only got, I think, 2 weeks more of Revelry. I don't know any who watched it yesterday morning. We have decided that from here on out, if we've got 3 of us there, we're running with 3. Oh my god, my kid just ADHD'd so hard. It's so funny listening to them talk from across the house. Cause like what do you mean I'll upload it to YouTube? For like the show, it'll be uploaded to YouTube. It'll be on the Greater Restoration channel. Oh, Wayward, it's not finished uploading. I think there's still several episodes that need to be uploaded. But there's a good bit of it that's there. That's over on Dimple's channel. I feel like I might have thinned this blue paint down too much, which is weird because I only put a couple of drops there and it's like super runny, which is very weird for it to be this runny. I don't know what it's doing. So weird. Like, I don't understand why it thinned down that much. I barely used any medium. I only put like 2 drops in each. Normally that's not enough. It's probably because it's so humid today. I'm just gonna put 1 little drop in there. 2 little drops in there to use. And I'm just not gonna thin it down. Because hey, humidity can play tricks on your paint. It is very humid here today. I don't think Cypher's here because I know that she left for brekkie, but oh boy, Chicago is ugly today. The heat index is over 100 degrees again in the greater Chicago area, including most of the suburbs. It's real gross today. And it's going to be real gross tomorrow, and then tomorrow night into Wednesday it's supposed to rain and rain a little bit on Wednesday, and then it's going to finally cool down. With the hope it'll stay cool. Sure, it might be meteorological autumn, but ain't nobody told Mother Nature that apparently. Like, the trees in our neighborhood have started changing color like 3 weeks ago, but it's like 100 degrees outside. Leaked and it, like, I didn't see that. I worked on this thing for days and I didn't see that. I wonder if there's something wrong with super glue. I wonder if it's having some sort of weird reaction to things. I don't know. Let's see if I can get a knife in there and get it out. It's 14 Celsius, yeah? I don't know what that translates to in Fahrenheit. I need a knife blade. I can't get to my sharps container because the dog is laying in front of the drawer that it's in. have a sharps container for like all of my craft knives and stuff that I've made that's under my desk. Or in the very bottom drawer of my desk, so it's all the way in the back and difficult to get to for most people, but doubly so when there's a dog laying up against the drawer. Oh, that's gorgeous weather. That's open all the windows in my house weather. There we go, much better. Ooh. Cerulean! Thank you so much. That is almost a 2-year button. Thank you for your resub. I don't know what all this is. I think it's just some like dust and stuff that got in the primer, so I'm just gonna scrape it off and paint it again. Comfortable with this now. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, you know what? Oh, I was gonna grab my phone and show y'all pictures of my morning glories. Problem being that my morning glories are, the pictures are in my phone and my kid is using my phone. I'll show you all of them in a little bit. My morning glories are finally flowering. I finally got them to take in the front. They are now trying to overtake the front corner of my garden. And I'm trying to get them to grow up this pole, but I'm finally getting flowers. They're so pretty. I think next year they're going to flower real hard because they've rooted in real well. I was worried that I wasn't going to get them to be able to root real strong and that I was going to end up needing to plant more of them to thicken it out, but nah. The ones that I got there got real good. Thanks. It was really pretty at that point, and then it got all fucked up. So the hope is that that doesn't happen with this next pour, and I don't have to do an entirely new base. I will tell y'all right now, if I get stuck and I have to do a new base, it is not going to be water textured. Word, hi. Can I get a shout? Thank you. Welcome in, readers. I just rated myself. I've been lurking in Word's channel all morning. How did Mass Effect 2 go? I know where you were when we left. Who did you find? You got Space Husband. Good job. Okay, but who wouldn't like Arya? I mean, Arya can be kind of a jerk, but it's Arya. I love how I said that and that caught my eyeball being gigantic. It's Arya. So welcome in, everybody. I am currently working on a mini from Thunderhead Studios for Dreadnoughts. We're all painting dreadnoughts. I have come up with my own Space Marines chapter. This is the color scheme because I learned how to paint heat distressed metal and made it my entire personality. Because I'm never not going to do that on any kind of gun or barrel that's supposed to be hot ever again. So this is the color scheme. Chapter motto is just nah, because fuck it doesn't fit. So last stream we workshopped it a little bit. They're going to be a Space Marines chapter with a compatible army of sisters. The army of sisters are going to be the Sisters of the Shameless March. They're party kids that stay up till dawn. They don't do walks of shame. They do shameless marches. I don't know what we're naming the Space Marines chapter yet. I'm sitting on Vanquished Dawn, but I don't know if I like it or not. Because the whole idea is that they're like the night fighters. They stay up all night. They use bright colors so they can see each other really easily. Their color scheme looks like the Rising Dawn. Vanquished Dawn, Conquered Dawn. I secretly want Briar to fall in love with this. Yes, please, give me tea that has caffeine in it. I need all the caffeine I can get. Thank you so much for your resub, Melissa. I appreciate it. Y'all, this is my full-time job now. I am now a full-time content creator. The subs help a lot. See, also, Patreon. Ripley, I need to move my chair. Can I move it without hurting you? Where are your feet? No, I can't move it without hurting you. Okay. Well, then Mommy will sit uncomfortably because she loves you and does not want you to be hurt. Hi, I love you. I know, Frank. I know. I'm gonna have so much caffeine in me by the time that we get to, I hate this camera angle on my face. Oh, good, she moved. Frank, let me explain to you that I went to bed. I went to bed at 3:30. I didn't go to sleep till 4, and I got up at 7. And we have a show tonight. So this is how the rest of my day is gonna go. I'm gonna paint until I really do need to get offline. Rafiki, this paint job is done. It's due in 4 days. I have to have it turned in by 6 o'clock on Thursday night. And I still needed to finish up my cosplay for tonight. So I had to finish sewing stuff last night and braiding stuff. And then I needed to finish my notebook for tonight for Patreon stuff. You know me, I do too goddamn much. Not to mention, I had double check that everything was preloaded for Ferric because all the Ferric patrons at the certain levels got their stuff this morning. Ripley, just go talk to Papa. Go tell Papa you need to poop and go outside. Go tell Daddy. He's over there with the baby. Go. So I had to do all of that, and then I just couldn't sleep because my foot still hurts, my legs are hurting. I pulled my shoulder really hard on Saturday night, so I'm moving a little slow. B and I curled up in bed to watch a movie for the first time in God knows how long, and I laid down next to him, and the way I laid, I cricked my neck just wrong, and I pulled something and I felt it, and I'm like, it's just because the way I'm sitting, so I moved a little bit and got comfortable. No, I had really pulled something. So I had pulled something in my shoulder, and it took until last night for it to really calm down. Today, I'm literally living on caffeine, Tylenol, and my pain vape. And I'm going to take my afternoon ADHD meds, so I'm just going to be up. I'm looking at probably 15 hours a day worth of work because as soon as we're done here today, I have to clean up some stuff just to make sure that my desk isn't too much of a mess. Take my kids' twists down because we're going to do a twist out with it. Comb her hair product through her hair. Send her off to do stuff. Then I need to go finish what I got to finish for my notebook for tonight. Though I think I have a strategy for my notebook because I'm going to be using that for content is to scribble notes on scrap paper and then put it in the notebook when I'm done. But I need to finish a few things in that, work on painting some more. Then I have to shower, get into hair and makeup for tonight. And then we stream tonight. And then as soon as we're done streaming, I'm going to try to at least get a little bit of rest, but I'm going to be up at like fucking dawn tomorrow down here painting again till I hit go live. I'm going to stream all fucking day if I have to, working on this paint job. I'm probably going to do 15 hours on this tomorrow, give or take. And I'm probably going to do it again on Wednesday. And then I'm probably going to paint Thursday from the time I get up until I have to photograph it and turn it in. And then I have D&D, and then I'm going to come home, and I'm supposed to watch Critical Role. I'm probably just going to crash. And then get up Friday, and Friday we'll play Baldur's Gate, because I'm not going to even look at my painting setup for the whole weekend. I'm not going to touch a drop of paint from Thursday night until the following Monday when I get on to stream. While also needing to film next week's plan with me. Edit that, get that ready to post. The shop that does like a lot of my Twitch stickers and stuff is still closed and has been for 2 months, and they were supposed to open on the 1st and they didn't. I have a lot going on. I love it though. I live for it. This is my job. I'm a full-time content creator. Half of the content creation process that y'all see happens off camera. And I'm still not done stitching the thing for streaming for survivors. It's so many stitches, y'all. It's like 25,000 French knots. I'm working on those slowly but surely. I try to do a couple hundred knots a day. I never walk my dogs. We just put them in the backyard. I couldn't walk my dogs. They're assholes. My dogs are jerks. Ripley would probably be okay. Seeger would probably see another dog and try to kill him. We don't walk the dogs unless it's a 3-person process. All right. Silver. That's where I was. I'm like, what was I doing? Silver. I was doing silver. There we go. Not to mention, I gotta get everybody confirmed for a meeting for Fairwick on Saturday. That's what I have going on this weekend, is I have Fairwick on Saturday and I have Revelry on Sunday. Oh, I put too much in that one. Okay, I'll paint out. Extra drop is bad. Did I hit your nose? I know I didn't hit your nose because I heard it hit the floor, not your nose. Oh no. Seeger's a good boy. Say, I'm a good boy. And Mama's gonna go, no, you're not. You're a fucking asshole. For those of you who are just stopping in, we were talking about it earlier. Seeger beat the brakes off Ripley last night. Like, violently beat her ass in the backyard last night because something got up the tree in the backyard and she was trying to climb the tree to get to it. And then he just got over anxious about it and then jumped on her. Yeah, it was a whole night. Yeah, I saw the pictures of the doggos. They're cute babies, but they're big. See, Seeger won't pull because he doesn't like having anything tight on his neck to begin with. He won't pull. We have him in a choke collar for a reason. He just absolutely will not pull on his leash. Ripper doesn't give a shit because she's all skin in the neck. She's just like, I will yank you down. She walks really well on a leash, but if she wanted to pull you down, you did. Oh, that's awesome, Lorna. I can't wait to see it. Melissa, if you're in my Discord, I think there's a picture in my Discord of them. If you're not, Mithra, if I have permission to share that picture, I can just drop the link in chat. There are so many Discords. I have 90% of the Discords I'm in muted. I literally have them all sorted by like what they are. So I have like my TTRPG one of shows that I'm on. I have one that's like, this is where I mod. And then I have like one that's all my video gaming friends and one that's all my like, TTRPG friends. And then I have like my witchy Discords. And then I have my like local stuff. For my like local game store has a Discord where we can organize games and that kind of thing. So. But yeah, if one of the mods could ! Discord, or I can, if Mithrin's okay with me dropping a link to one of the pictures, I can do that too. There you go. Giant doggos. Now's gonna be the time when I'm like, I gotta like pull pieces out, put them together, take them apart, hope that they don't drop in the fucking paint. The little edge would still catch some light, especially from the front. Okay. So you're fine. Go to sleep. Our new neighbors moved in this weekend. I have not met them yet. It sounded like they had dogs, but I have not seen them since. So maybe they don't. It might have been the new dogs over for the one neighbor kitty corner to us that fosters that I was hearing. I'm not sure. Haven't had a chance to meet them yet, so. After we're done with this competition, I'm gonna be like doing some serious evaluation of what we're gonna be doing long term with the stream. Like I said, there's a very serious temptation to just start playing pop music and use my Spotify subscription and just not keep my VODs, because that seems to be the norm for the mini painting community. So, ever so slowly. I've given that some consideration. I think I am going to start doing some sort of weekly, like, show off your work thing, where we'll show off anybody who wants to show off their stuff. But I think it's going to be weekly. I know there's a lot of streamers that do it every stream or do it as people hop into chat, but I think it's probably going to be a once a week thing, because I don't know that I have the spoons to do it. I certainly can't do it like we're link friendly, let us pull it up every. I am too neurodivergent for that shit. Thanks. It's not really silver per se. It's from Sally Hansen. It's one of their gel polishes, which I like a lot because it smooths it out with the gel top coat. But it's a gel that doesn't need doesn't need a UV light. What color is it? I had it on my desk. It's still on my, I know it's still on my desk somewhere. Oh no, it's not, because I moved it over here. It's called Nebula. It's like a gold gray gel with a whole bunch of blue and silver glitter in it. Oh, I hate when that happens. I have to use stuff like gel polishes when I'm doing a lot of painting, because regular polish just will not hold up to the beating it's going to take. At some point when I can get up, you know, making a little bit more money every month, I'm going to be getting them done again, I think. Because it'll just make them easier to keep up with. Might have thinned this down too much. I did. Of course I did. The never-ending balance of, is this paint too thin? Or is it thin enough? Hey Trig, welcome in. Yeah, no UV. It's just a gel top coat that you put on and it dries in just a couple of minutes. I can usually get it fully dry in 20 to 30 minutes. Nothing, well, yeah. I mean, a lot of my stuff will hold up pretty well, but painting is surprisingly hard on your nails, especially when you're building models, because they're constantly getting wet. You're constantly having to wash your hands. I mean, you should be washing your hands a bunch anyway. I'm just saying more than you would normally be doing. You know, they get trapped in gloves a lot. is getting very splitty and it should not be. This is a new brush and I cleaned it. Also, I saw somebody with the best paint haul this morning and I wanted to cry. Somebody in one of the painting streamers discords that I'm in was able to get the entire run of Monument Hobbies paints in one go. It was their base set and all 5 expansions that popped out of one box together. I wanted to cry. It was a beautiful sight, an expensive sight, but a beautiful sight. From my understanding, Monument Hobbies is arguably some of the best paint, if not the best paint on the market. People love their stuff. People are incredibly loyal to their stuff. They are incredibly loyal to the people that they have paint for them. Their stuff is pretty spectacular, but it's not cheap. Mini paint in general is not cheap, but the Monument Hobby stuff is not cheap. You get what you pay for, but it's not cheap. And again, I'm sorry if I get quiet. I am pretty tired and I'm also like hyper focusing on the amount of work I gotta do on this thing. I'm trying to just push this very thinly around so I can build up layers to build this highlight. Anybody up to anything fun this week? I mean, obviously, I've got the show starting tonight, and I am painting like my job depends on it. But... And to be clear, my job does not depend on this competition. However, I want to be a professional mini painter. I've really got to keep pushing the practice. Just get super glue. Super glue works, or if it is a space marine, you can use plastic cement. Like to To me, a thin set or the Citadel glue, the thin set is going to work much better. No problem. Yay, pancakes. Melissa, I love that. Awesome. Yeah, this week is Panda paints minis nonstop. That's my whole week this week is painting minis. And I'm fine with it. I need to work on it, so. Wait, is it Milo's Gotcha Day? Has it been a year since you got Milo? Maybelle's, okay. It's like, wait a minute. Milo's 1 year was in April. Wow. I don't know where time went. Time is so weird, y'all. I shouldn't have put that blue there, but it's fine. I need another palette. I'll be right back, y'all. I gotta go get my Clorox wipes. Hi, Ripper. You good girl. Hi. I need you to move. Excuse me. Okay? Sure. Yes, I'm coming back in here, Seeger. I needed to get up here and get my Clorox wipes. Are they Clorox wipes? No, they're off-brand. It's the same difference. Clorox wipes work really well to clean off the older silicone things. Water would work too, but I don't want to have to go stand in my kitchen and wash them off. I just want to get all of the little pieces off before I start mixing paint in here. Hey Meridu, welcome in. I need to mix a little bit of this silver paint, which is why I'm doing this. So that I can start building up a mix of these colors to start doing some highlighting with. How you doing, Meridew? Nix, hello. Welcome in, Raiders. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Awkwardish Panda. I am very awkward, roughly panda-sized, queer as hell. I am a makers and crafters streamer here on Twitch doing mostly mini painting. There is a push right now to make mini painting its own category because it falls into so many different things. Please go vote for it. If somebody's got the link, feel free to drop it. Nix, how are you doing? Sam, hi. How's everyone? Labor Day chores and lurking. Thank you, thank you. Painting is going well so far. This is a competition piece that is due Thursday night. I have to have it turned in before I leave for D&D on Thursday, and I leave at 6 p.m., so I have to have it painted, varnished, glued down to its base, and photographed and turned in by Thursday at 6 p.m. Central. Thank you. That is the user voice. Please go vote for it. It is... What do I think about it? I think it needs to be its own category. I'm fully behind it. It's needed to happen for a long time. There's been several people who have brought it up. The only reason this one's gaining traction is because Goobertown Hobbies made the move from solely YouTube to YouTube and Twitch. And when he came over, I'm pretty sure it's he, if not they, pretty sure it's he, they, or he, him. When he came over from YouTube, his biggest frustration is there is no discoverability for mini painters, and there's not. And the reason is because when they broke tags, and I'm never not going to believe that they deliberately broke tags. Originally, the tag system, you could only have 5, but there were set tags. All everybody asked for was, can we push it to 10 tags so we can have our identity tags as well as our content tags all together and not have to pick and choose? Twitch got mad, and instead of it being, hey, here you go, they decided just make your own tags and you can have 10. Problem being that there is no consistency in what people tag their stuff as. Because there's no consistency, there's no discoverability. Mini painting falls under a lot of different things. If you're painting Warhammer, you can use the Warhammer category. If you're painting stuff for D&D, you use the Dungeons and Dragons category. If you're painting stuff that's just stuff you're painting, you can use either art or makers and crafting or just chatting. And then you have to put in a bunch of tags about how you're mini painting. Like I have to use miniatures painting, mini painting, miniature painting, painting miniatures. And all 5 of those get used pretty much equally in discoverability. So there is a push to try to get mini painting or miniatures to be their own category because they fall into so many different places. It does, but the problem is that it used to be just everything was under creative and then everything was under creative. Now, because creative is all split up into different categories, it makes it even harder. Yeah, and there's a ton of people that do only mini painting. It's not a huge community, but it's a big community. But Goobertown Hobbies has enough of a following. I believe that when he came over from YouTube, he had enough to instantly become a partner on Twitch. Because I know that's one of the things you can apply to is if you're coming over from YouTube and you have a ton of followers, you can become a partner. I'm not sure if that's what happened or not. I haven't seen them stream yet. So as of right now, it's got 390 votes. And there's a couple of different people that have it up as this should be a new category. But Goobertowns is getting traction because they have the following to do it. I'm just trying to lend, my help to it as well where I can because it's so needed. You know how much easier my life would be if I could just click mini painting on the bottom of my thing and pull everybody up and see who I want to go raid? So yeah, there's a big push for it. I'm really hoping it becomes successful. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those things where not surprised, just disappointed when Twitch is like, nah. Because at the end of the day, Twitch doesn't care about discoverability. They don't. They literally don't. The CEO of Twitch has straight up said, does not care about discoverability on the platform because so many other platforms bring people to Twitch channels. He's like, most people get their views because of their YouTube communities or their TikTok communities or their Patreon or their social media. Most people aren't getting organic views from Twitch because the ability to find people on this platform fucking sucks. That's why. And rather than fix discoverability on this platform to try to keep people on the site, they're like, if people come in from other places, that's cool. Meanwhile, Twitter is burning. Going like one shade lighter here. I don't do a whole lot on TikTok. I've been on TikTok for a really long time. I don't have a huge following, and I'm not good at shit posting, and I'm not good at short form stuff, and I'm not good at vamping. I hate it. The fact that I have to even use the platform for more than scrolling and liking my friend's shit pisses me off because I fucking hate the platform. I don't like shorts. I don't like shorts because so many people will tell you just take your clips and make them shorts. Y'all, look how many clips of my channel have been taken, no matter how much funny shit I say, no matter what else. Look how many clips have been taken in the last 30 days. The answer is like 1. That doesn't create content for me. It's so much extra effort to have to do that on top of what I do. The thing that's got the most views for me on TikTok in the last couple of months, the fact that I dropped my fucking laptop desk on my foot at the end of the cleaning video. And I'm like, oop, I just dropped that on my foot. Oh, hey, my sister's here. Thanks, Sam. Yeah, my foot is finally starting to get better. It's not near as bruised as it was. I have a feeling back in most of my toes. My foot's still really swollen. But I have a feeling that the swelling is going to take a really long time to go down. Yeah, it was really not fun. Brighter highlight where the light might actually catch. Shut up, Ripley. I'll go in with the edge highlighting on Wednesday because that's when I'm going to do all the edge highlighting, I think. Ripley, please go lay down. I am tired. I am frustrated. I am like completely wore out. Please just go lay down. When it's break time, I will take care of the thing. You've got 6 more minutes. Oh, it's Kiddo's birthday. Happy birthday to Kiddo. See you tonight. Have a wonderful time. I am super looking forward to it. If somebody could exclamation point bluerose, you will know what Frank is talking about. Thank you, thank you. I think those look pretty good. That silver gradient looks real nice. Now I get to do it all over again on these little studs, though it's not going to be quite to that degree, I don't think. Hi, baby. Please go lay down. I love you, but you're making me anxious. There's like a little tiny piece of paint balled up on the tip of this brush. It keeps happening with this brush particularly. It gets the tiniest little bit of paint on the tip of it and then it dries and there's like a little ball there you gotta scrape off every day, like 10 times a day. Hey Van, welcome in. What's the name of which color? You have to be way more specific than that. Hydra Turquoise from Army Painter. We got an ad starting in about 3 minutes. I'm gonna go on break in about 2 because somebody needs to go in the yard that is not the front. I am doing okay, Van. How are you? I'm running on very little sleep, but mini painting competitions wait for no woman. They wait for no man. They certainly ain't waiting for a woman. I have no idea. Thanks, man. Yeah, this is for Dread in August with Thunderhead Studios. Ripley, I swear to God, you are making my anxiety so fucking high. And I have smoked a lot of weed today, and you are making it worse. I actually really haven't smoked that much, but my pain levels are very high. Between my foot and my shoulder and my back, everything sucks. There will be no trophies. Okay, there will be no trophies. 1, because there are no trophies in this competition. 2, I have no preconceived, there are no misconceptions. I'm not winning this competition. I've seen who I'm up against. I have a shot at the basing competition. Other than that, I ain't got a prayer in hell against some of the people I'm painting against. The whole purpose of me entering this isn't necessarily to win, though if I did, that'd be really fucking cool. But it's more because this particular competition comes with guaranteed feedback from the judges. So there's like 3 to 5 judges for this specific competition, and all of them are going to be giving people solid feedback on what they did good, what they could do better at, so that I will know going into the next competition, because my ultimate goal is to enter Golden Demon in March. Yeah, I can go over that in a minute. We're fixing to go on an ad break, so I'm going to take a break real quick. I'll pull up the judges list and talk about it when I get back. So I will pull it up while I'm on break, and then we can talk about it then. So everybody get up, stretch, get water, take care of yourselves, and I'll see everybody in like 3 to 5 minutes. All right, I am back. The judges are Thunderhead Studios, who's running the thing, Dr. Rhino, who we all know in the community, and Leaf Painting. It's Leef. Yes, Dreadnougat, correct. So some pretty hefty names on the list of judges. Yeah, Thunderhead designs a lot of really cool stuff. He also streams. I hang out in his streams a lot at night when I don't have a whole lot of like friends that are streaming or places I need to mod. I usually always have Rhino stream up, his stream up, Scrain if Scrain's streaming, though Scrain hasn't been streaming a lot lately. I think he's working on his master's degree, and he's had, do you all love my little mini cans of Pepsi? They're like shots of caffeine. But Thunderhead is great. Rhino obviously great. I thought Walter was going to be one of the judges, but there was some sort of miscommunication there, and I think part of it's because he's at Nova. So Ripper, do you feel Seeger, don't you fucking, oh my god, here we go. You have your ball, he has the stick. I will get you new sticks when we go get you dog food. They're fighting over the freaking wood stick again. I just fixed the dog beds that were all thrown all over my office. And Seeger just grabbed the stick and ran in here with it. Trying to piss Ripley off. These two are messy. No, they've been extras since yesterday. Seeger beat the living shit out of Ripley last night. To a point that Ripley was hiding under me to get away from him. There was something up the tree in the backyard and she was physically trying to climb the tree to get it. He didn't love that idea. And they got into it real hard. So. Also, there is no weather coming till possibly Wednesday. My pain is all like my chronic pain because of my back, my foot because I tried to break it, and my shoulder because I pulled a muscle in my shoulder over the weekend. My painting shoulder at that. Couldn't be my left arm, which occasionally just goes numb. No, had to be the right shoulder. Thanks, Van. It's fine. I'll be fine. I'm used to being injured literally all the time, so, you know, not too big of a deal. Story of my life. I'm getting just the littlest touches of silver on some of this. That's going to be like the darker silvers. Where light might flash in a little bit. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, Ian. Enjoy your lurk, Reese. No, I mean, my foot, I'm just clumsy. My shoulder, I really do not know what the hell happened. I just laid down wrong. Hi, I'm 41. Sometimes you just lay down wrong. Mm-hmm. Well, my left arm issues is all because of my head injury. I had a traumatic brain injury at the end of 2009. And it's caused issues with the left side of my body in general, but especially my hand and arm. And it's not a huge deal. I've recovered mostly from it. I mean, I'll have lifelong issues, but I can still use it, which is spectacular. But yeah, it just kind of sucks. So the light on this piece is going to be coming this way. So when I'm doing all of these highlights, I'm trying to be sure to catch the edges of everything in here and barely catch the edges on some of this, like it's reflecting off the water a little bit. It's called Chanel High. Thank you so much for your resub. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Can I get a shout out for Chanel, please? This is called, oh God, I lost it all of a sudden. Hydra Turquoise from Army Painter. They have it in both a primer and a paint. How you doing, Chanel? Trying to cover up some of these sparkles that got loose. Hello, my love.
Hello there.
Thank you. Do I have any battery left?
I think I have quite a bit, actually.
Good. It was on the phone for a minute.
Yeah.
Did you give her her stuff to do?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. But yeah, Hydra Turquoise is the name of this blue. And then I learned how to do this distressed metal look where it's heat distressed metal. And decided, and I keep saying it, I've decided it's my entire personality now. I can't look at a piece of metal and go, has fire touched that? I need to paint it like that color. So, but it's all over like multiple pieces for this. Like I decided to do, because I'm making it part of like their color scheme. So that's the piece that goes on the outside of the missile array. And then because I like the fiery look, because it was, so the whole idea behind this is I was like, well, it would be really cool if the sword was heat treated, but why would it be heat treated or heat distressed? And I was like, well, if I make the wings like wings of fire, it would explain it. So then I'm taking this bright fire look and I'm pulling it into like around this in the front, around the coffin lid in the front. It's called a coffin lid because basically this thing is about the size of a coffin and someone sits inside of it to steer the dreadnought. That little slit right there is where all they can see out of. They basically stand up inside here, recline back just a little bit so they can see out while having their head back and be braced in comfortably. So then I took that fire effect, and because I'm doing the blued effect on this side, and these are magnetized pieces, they just snap on. Because I'm doing the blued effect on this side, I decided to do the fire effect over here, right? So there's a fire effect there. And then on the back piece that snaps in has both. I'm doing this away from the paint so I can get it in there without dropping it. So then the back piece back here has the flame effect, but it's also got the blued effect on the smokestack. I was gonna do this same red treatment around here, but it ended up being too warm to have those next to each other. So I'm doing this the same kind of silver that I'm doing on the sides right now. Painted all a little bit silver. This is gonna have the same silver treatment as this part on the front up here. Yes, in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, there is no comfort. But there are party kids, which is this entire chapter's thing. So we decided on Saturday that because this looks like a rising sun, this looks like sunrise, right? Like it's the colors of dawn. So I was like, what if there are a bunch of party kids that just stay up till dawn? And Briar came up with something about the Shameless March. So I'm going to have Sisters of the Shameless March, which are going to be my battle sisters. They're going to be my Sororitas army, which is great because I already have the models for them, so I can start painting them. And then for the Space Marines, I don't know what I want to name them yet. Like I said, if B changes his mind and decides he wants these instead of Ultra Smurfs, I'm going to paint his whole army like this. Otherwise, they're going to be Ultra Smurfs, and I'm going to paint my army like this. Just to have one. But like I have that blued effect on a lot of things. All over the mini. Adeptus Lespartius, yeah, there you go. That actually might be, that may go on the short list. But it's Sisters of the Shameless March because they don't do walks of shame. At some point today, I got to get back to. So for this, these are the legs. This is going to have that fiery effect over the hips. And then one of the knees, is it still on its paint thing? Yeah. Then one of the knees I did the blued metal on for balance. Just one of the knees. So this knee over here will have the blued effect on the knee because that's such a Space Marine thing to do, is to have one of the knees painted for some reason. Then I have Dangle's transfers that are red. I might, on the bottom of the other knee, get one of the tiny little Dangle's transfers and put it right there. Or I might try to freehand it. I haven't decided how much of a masochist I am yet. But it would go like right here. It's also possible that I put the transfer on and then I do the blued effect on top of the transfer with like one of my little tiny brushes just to put it on there in that color and use the transfer as a guide. I'm not above doing that. No, not, would be making my own thing. All because of this freaking mini. I'm gonna do this bottom in the silver too. Cover up some of these little mistakes that are in here. I'm putting these on because there's little black pieces on here like there is around this. I want to make sure of how much of it would be catching light. At least 1, 2, and halfway down the third. Yeah, okay. Gotta get a smaller brush though. Sam, did you just drop your keyboard? Or did you drop something on your keyboard? There we go. Been there. Yeah, there is so much hair on the tip of this brush for some reason. What the fuck? Been there. I totally just grabbed the wrong paint. I had that happen the other day. It wasn't even chaos caused with it. It was like, I'm sitting there and I was rolling over. It was in the morning. I was getting ready to get up and take a shower, and I put my phone on B's pillow, and I moved a half an inch, and the phone slid 1.5 feet from the center of his pillow down the back of the bed. In case no one realized it, I have the stubbiest arms on earth, and this poor man had to get on the floor and get my phone for me because I couldn't reach. And I get to order my new phone next week. I'm so excited. Oh, at that point, I don't think it's teamwork. At that point, I think it's, good God, why the hell did I marry such a clumsy ass? Not to mention, I'm also one of those people with uteruses that when we hit the PMS stage, I get the dropsies real bad, and I literally drop everything. Literally a symptom of PMS for many, many people. Hey, McDizzle, yes, it is. I didn't know until like 5-10 years ago, and I'm like, wait, what? The dropsies is literally a thing? I just thought I was just occasionally really clumsy. No, it's definitely a signifier of PMS. I hope knitting is going well. We always appreciate the lurkers. Nice. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, I mean, I have a tendency to drop things a lot for 3 or 4 days a month that I literally just start dropping everything. My keys, my phone, I dropped my purse a few times, food. Spilling a drink everywhere the other day was definitely not that. That was definitely the dog's fault. They moved my couch, and I didn't realize they moved my couch, and normally my couch is flush up against the table next to it. So I sat it right up against between the lamp and the table the lamp and the arm of the couch where I normally set it, and didn't realize there was a big gap there because you couldn't see it, and it blooped all over me. Also fair, Sam. That's fair. Getting a lot of the metals done on this body is going to help too, because once all the actual metal is done here, I am going to go through and gloss varnish all of the metallic that isn't already varnished. And then that way when I start doing the blends for the blue, if I hit it, I can just wipe it off. Oh no. Wow, Sam. Like this tiny little spot right here that you can see black out on the blue, and I'm trying to fix it, knowing full well ain't nobody gonna see that part of this mini. There's no way that shows in any photograph from any angle unless I only take a picture of that spot, but here we are. I would know it's there. Sorry if I've got this pulled too close to me. I'm in a really weird spot, so I'm trying to get my overhead lights to help me with paint placement. It's so hard to see because the lights are so bright, but there is that subtle little bit of a gradient on all this stuff. And then I will go back in when I do all the edge highlighting. I actually have a white metallic. That's what I will do over all the brightest silver. I'll use this light silver for just a little bit here and there, and then I will use the white metallic to highlight everything else. Yeah. I might mix the tiniest little bit of gold into the really light silver that I have to highlight all of this stuff. Little by little by little, y'all. Relaxing for y'all, maybe. I'm stressed the fuck out. Like right about there's where the light hits, so I'm trying to, like, you can see where it's like, you can see in the photo, remember to go back and clip this, where the brightest light hits with that 3/4 view. So like I know I'm gonna need to go in with the white like right in here, just the littlest bit. But it's showing the way that it should show, so directional lighting I get much better than I get OSL. I still have to tackle this missile array. This is going to be probably part of tonight's projects. I have to go in and do all of these little lenses, which that's pretty easy. I have to go back over the bottom of this because that's going to be silver. These are currently blue, but I'm very tempted to do the blued metal on them. But I don't think I'm going to. Got stuck to it. Okay. But I have to do a bunch of like little touch-ups on this, and it's legit, y'all, like non-stop work for the next couple of days. That's fine. I knew what I signed up for. We just unfortunately had a couple of printing problems, and then it got super, super hot, which made it difficult to prime. So I'm just playing catch up, and that's fine. A deadline is a deadline is a deadline. I wouldn't be mad if they decided to extend it, but at the same time, I am not asking them to do so. I am responsible for my own shit. Even if there's stuff that's out of my control, I'm still responsible for my deadlines. I would rather lose and have it turned in on time than win because I asked for more time and other people didn't get, you know, other people had gotten stuff turned in on time. So. I wouldn't feel right about it. All right. I think this is a good place for me to stop for now. Like I said, I have to go take care of my kid's hair today. Plus all the other stuff that I got to get done for tonight. Oh, excuse me. I don't think I'm going to raid out. I think I'm actually just going to end stream today. Just because I don't have a whole lot of people and there's still a lot of people out of town. And I really do need to just go do stuff. So, actually, you know what? Wait. Boots is on. I'm going to go drop y'all with Boots. Boots is playing Stardew Valley. That's at least a place I know because I know that they will understand that I need to go. Most streamers would, but I'm paranoid about that stuff. So let's go raid Boots real quick. If one of my mods could exclamation point raid, I'd appreciate it. I did not see Boots was live. I must have had the menu open. And it just didn't register. Alright, y'all be nice, be kind, be your wonderful selves. Tell Boots I said hi, but I had to go because I am having to raid and run. Or I'll at least say, hey, I've got to. We are unable to raid them at this time. What? Let me try that again. Raids are broken. So I am going to just cut stream. I can't raid anybody. I just tried to raid somebody else and it wouldn't go. Thanks, Twitch. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. I will be on tomorrow sometime around between 11 and noon. I am going to try to sleep in a little bit in the morning and get a little extra rest, and then I'm going to be painting literally all day. We're going to go live sometime between 11 and noon, and I'm going to paint on stream until I can no longer sit in my chair anymore, and then I will get up and take a break and then come back and paint more, just not on stream. So y'all be nice, be kind, be your wonderful selves. I'm putting on the ending screen. I'll catch everybody back here tomorrow midday. Bye y'all. And don't forget to come forward to GR Crew tomorrow night or tonight. We want everybody, GR Crew, somebody, exclamation point, bluerose. Follow the GR Crew. You're going to want to come through for the show. It's going to be great. We start at 8 Eastern. I'll see everybody then. Bye, y'all.